Perfect. Boom. Bet. Is it recording? Bet. All right, cool. EURUSD on the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, right, the way I trade is on a top-down analysis. And basically what that means is I'll go from the weekly down to the day, down to the 4 hour, the hour, and then the 30, 15, 5, and 1 minute. I don't look at these for price action or to tell me to buy some a trade. I look at those to like look for entries and see what current price is doing now. You dig what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if I'm like being too complicated or something's flying over your head, just interrupt me. That way, you know, you could soak up most information, bro. So this is the weekly chart, right? So notice, first and foremost, the market only moves in 3 ways, right? So the market moves either in an uptrend, it either moves in consolidation. I spelled that shit all wrong. Consolidation. Nope. Consideration. God damn, I don't know how to spell. Oh, consolid. Duh. That makes sense. Consolidation. Still spelled it wrong. There we go. All right. So it either moves in an uptrend, it either moves in consolidation, or we could call this what is it called? Ranging. Or it moves in a downtrend. So the market has 3 patterns. So based on what I just told you, what would you say that this market is just at a glance on a weekly basis? This pair, what would you say that price is currently at? In regards to these terms, uptrend or consolidation or down or down
Ranger.
in this area here?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So I'll go ahead and put a box on this here. So it's ranging right in this area. Now, but let's go back. So the best thing to do with the market, so the market does this. The market is always going to repeat itself. And we've heard these terms and we you know, we've been exposed to the market go up and down. It's going to do what it's want. But you can tell what the market is going to do with current price and how it's reacting to current price based on occurrences that happened in the past. So real quick, right, this is hella gems. I ain't going to fucking lie to you. But, bro, so we're going to pull this back all the way that you see all the way on the left here on the bottom. It says 1994.
Yeah.
Current data from May 17th, 93 and all the way to 2020. Now, so you see this box that we got squared off?
Uh-huh.
Look why, not why, but look where it's doing it again. Look where it's moving again, right? It's ranging in this area here. And that's kind of the similar area, isn't it? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you look left, like if you look from this rectangle here and you look left, you see in this area, price, whatever, forget about the numbers, forget about up and down, just look at where it's jiggling at. You feel what I'm saying? So it's ranging here. We already discussed that. It's ranging here. And it begins to range here all the way back to 96 when I was born, 23 years ago. And then it begins to range when it was first taken economic data, which is in 93, 95. Now, if we were stupid, we would ignore these occurrences in the past. But since we're not stupid, we're going to take advantage of those, right? So based on what's currently happening and in the areas in the past, right? You see how it breaks out and it broke out all the way uptrend here after this consolidation period.
Mm-hmm.
In this consolidation period, it went all the way down to this box here and went down before it came back up. Similar here where it broke out this area and came up. Similar here where it broke out this area. Shadow, don't start your shit. It broke out this area and did one of these. And now, right, we were just going on the path, right? And we said, okay, it broke out, went up, broke out, went down, broke out, went up, did its own consolidation in this top area, came back down here years ago. Yo, price didn't come back in this area from 2014, from all the way back to 04. It took 10 years for it to come back to this area. Now, if you was a long position trader, which some traders are, they would have sold up here back in 2010, back in 08. Wait, this is 04, yeah. They would have sold in 08, and if they would have held to 14, bro, let's do the math on this shit. This is the weekly chart, right? So this is a lot of data. If they held from when they sold from 08 to this low area, you see the negative 926.
Yeah.
So that's 5,000 pips. If you went in on the lowest of 0.1, so that's 10 cents times 5,000 pips. That's $500 on 1 cent, bro. On 1 cent. Now, we don't always trade with 1 cent. Now, what if we put it like, you know, a 0.10? So that's $1 every move. You know what I'm saying? Shit start getting crazy. They would have made 5 bands off that. Imagine they would have put $5 on that shit. They would have put a 0.50. Come on, it gets spooky. It gets spooky. So this is why I trade on the top-down analysis, because the data is more, so your bias could be more weighted. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're looking on a weekly chart. Now, okay, so with that all being said, I know that was a lot too at the same time. Let's go to current price. So current price, right, is in this ranging area. Now, what is it coming off of? One of these 3 terms. What kind of trend is this coming off of, this ranging area?
It's coming from an uptrend and it started to go down.
Okay, from up here, right?
Yeah.
So what I would say, right? So if I was looking at the weekly chart and I was going, okay, let me start my top-down analysis, I will put this trend line. You see this top wick right here, this green arrow?
Yeah.
I will put it from wick to this second wick here, right? So 1, 2. So the way I was taught to do trend lines was, well, not taught, the way I learned to do trend lines was from one wick to the next wick and into the future. So then you kind of just looking at these top 2 and making sure that they tight as possible, right? So back in 18th of February, this trend line was tapped. They're not fucking with this trend line. Recently, March, last month, it came and touched this trend line. What did it do when it touched this trend line? Let's go inside. It fell, OD. And this is where I began to mark up at. Now, this is the weekly chart. So we could say on a weekly basis that what? Price is on a what? If on this, let's make this a different color. So what would you say price is if someone asks you what's your weekly bias on EURUSD? What would you say to them?
It's a downtrend.
Downtrend, correct. So how can I bold the whole thing? Oh, that's stupid. All right, whatever. So now this is the weekly. Remember, this is the weekly. So let's go down to the day. So if we go down to the day, I'm gonna go ahead and make this rectangle transparent because Shadow, why you just walking around moaning? I mean moping. Stop scratching. I'm gonna make this a little bit. Oh shit. See through. Okay. So based on that that rectangle that we drew, that ranging period, right? Off the weekly, we know it's in the downtrend, weekly basis. So I'm gonna take all these off because I'm gonna explain what this is. Actually, I don't need to take them off. So if you was to go on the daily, right, you would see that this area. So let me change this color. Let's do weekly. Weekly could be yellow. What yellow triangles? I mean yellow rectangles. So if someone asks you on the daily, what would you say is your perspective on EURUSD on a daily?
On a daily, it like to go down.
Right. It's on the downtrend still.
It got them few spikes going up, but for the most part, it love being low.
Our weekly, remember? You feel what I'm saying? So you like, okay, the day is respecting this weekly trend line, which is a powerful trend line, right? So Shadow, can you shut up? Yeah, I'm actually in this trade too. Let me just check my what's the name? Oh yeah, we in profit. Okay, cool. So this is a great explanation. So okay, we on a downtrend on the day still. So what these bubbles are, this is me going on a daily and right, like you said, figuring out the trend. So so low key, right? This area right here, you see this like what I just boxed off?
Yeah.
This is an uptrend, right? We can see that price it made its lower low coming off of this first touch of the trend line weekly basis, fell all the way down, right? And what is it gonna do? It's gonna want to go back to this weekly trend line, bro. So it spiked up, made a daily higher high. So this is what this is: daily lower low. That's what DLL means. Lower low, daily higher high, right? Price came down again, made a daily lower high, made a higher low because this is higher than this low. Came up literally at the same point So you see, what's the name? So you see this little hat. I call it a little hat. This triple touch here that's happening, the 1, the 2, and the 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a coincidence that it did this, bro. This is not a coincidence. Look at this shit. Perfectly. On a day. So if you held for a day, if you held for like 3 days the weekend, that's 200 pips. If you catch a .10 at 200 pips, that's $200. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I trade on a up down, on the top down basis, on top down analysis, because the moves are more weighted, they're more respected versus you kind of getting out of the market and letting the market fuck you up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's different strategies. People are scalpers, which are intraday traders, or which are faster intraday traders. So they look mainly on a 30-minute to the hour. And then, you got your intraday traders who trade like an hour, 4 hour, which is kind of like what I do. And you got swing traders who do what we just did and look at the day and the week, and they hold that shit for days and weeks. You starting to get like time frame concept?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if I'm getting too, too heavy where you're not understanding too much, because I don't want to, float over your head, bro. I know this shit is hard. It's 7 in the morning. It might be 6 over there, ain't it?
Yeah, it's 6 over here.
Word. You up on an early bird. Fuck that.
That's the best way to be. Up early.
Here, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
You got any questions at all? I know I just went through a lot.
Yeah. And see,
right. So how much of, like, how long have you been trading forex?
I'm literally just starting.
Okay, you just started like this week, low key. Okay. So what I was telling it's Trey, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I was telling Trey was, this shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? This shit is hard. This shit not easy. This shit take a lot of unlearning and relearning. This shit take a lot of like dedication and patience. There's not something that they teach the people, where we come from. I'm from Camden. I don't know where you may be from, but and Trey's from Chicago, so he can attest. Like, they don't teach broke folks. They don't teach black and brown people like us how to, financially be literate, because the money in all in the world, is ran on credit. And, people suck at using credit and suck at, paying back bills or whatever the case may be. So why would they teach us how to benefit from this shit? So it's our job, right, to learn from the basis, from the ground level, how to make money and how to keep money. Because it's more than just flipping a pack of, 28 grams of weed. That shit, that's only $40 profit. Here, I showed you how you can make $200 profit if you just looked at the fucking day chart and the week chart and just chill. And you could just smoke your blunt on the back of the screen. Okay.
Yeah, because I've been screen recording you.
Okay, good. That way you can just go back and take notes and everything like that. But this is playing out beautiful, yo. This trade, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really like this. So, all right, Trey and Shakira, we was looking at the day. We was measuring out our daily lower lows, our daily higher highs, right? So you see that this uptrend was happening. But this is a quick uptrend. And it was good, Dre, that you peeped that it's on a downtrend, because it's wanting to sell. You see how it came up to this higher point, this weekly trend line that we drew, came up, spike, did its thing, ranging, found its trend line, which is where I drew this right here. I don't even know what time frame this is. I think this is the hour. So let me change this color. Make it like a blue. Nah, I got my it's cool. It's cool. I'm smacked right now. I ain't gonna lie to you too. I am smacked. All right. So okay. Came up here, touched the weekly trend, dropped, found its ranging area, found its ranging point, found a new support. All right, so Trey, remember I said it got the little hat effect right here? That's the 1, 2, 3. That it.
Yeah.
That it did this. Now, let's look at this shit here. So you see these daily lower lows. I ain't even marked this, which I should. So let me drop this here. Actually, let me drop this here. And let me make another one of these pieces. And put it here. Look, bro. Look at this shit. This shit could be so simple sometimes. Made a lower low, made a higher high, decided like, yeah, we ain't liking this top area or this bottom area. We need more pressure. It did a triple top and a triple bottom. This is a perfect example All right, so y'all can still see my screen after I change it, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is, so I look at market structure, which is all this what we do, all these trend lines, different price action, top down analysis, and I also look up cheat sheet, forex chart patterns, right? When I Google this is gonna come up. This is like your cheat sheet, bro. This is like your make this your your background, put it on your wall, get familiar with how this shit look. But this is where all the money is made for real. If you combine our top down analysis, what we just did, from the weekly down to the daily, down to the hour 4 and the 1 hour, you did your analysis from back in the past, and you look at this right here, bro. All right, so this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. So let me put these side to side so we look at these together. All right. Well, that made it cut small shit, but okay, cool. Okay. Let me see something here. So, all right. So if y'all could see, right, is this too small or like I need to make this bigger for y'all to see, like for real? It's too small.
Just a tad. It's just a tad bit bigger.
All right. So let me see if I can see it. That way I can point it out. No, it's right there. All right. It's literally right there. So you see this triple top and this triple bottom that we described earlier? Where on this right here, this forex chart pattern, do you see something that looks similar? This shit is crazy. It's literally
Towards the top, a little bit above it. It looked like it might be doing the same thing.
which one? This one I got the mouse on?
A little lower. In that area.
So you were correct in thinking that, it touched the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if we look here, right, look back on the chart. So if I draw this square here on this ranging area, to me, personally, this is exactly what Price did. Price did this shit right here. Shadow, such a bitch and ass up. You see this rectangle continuation bullish variant? Look at this shit. So I'm gonna draw. This shit is crazy, bro. When you combine market structure and price action, you literally never lose, bro. Literally never fucking lose. All right. So I'm gonna do like a pencil thing. So we're looking here at the rectangle continuous bullish variant. What bullish means and bearish means? Bullish means that price is going up, and bearish means that price is going down. That's all that means. So look at this, bro. So you see the 1 point here? Look, it made us 1, made us 2. Oh, made us 1, made us 2, made us 3, made us 4. Shit. Made us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It even gave us a 6 one just to try to fake us out and say, oh, it's really selling. It said, nah, we trying to bull up. Look at this shit. Now look at this arrow here, this dotted arrow that came out of the 5. This is where you would want to enter. You will want to wait and see if price was rejected to the upside or the downside. And here, it perfectly rejected to the upside and gave us a push of 500 pips. And if you was just studying this area and saying, oh, shit, it's ranging, right, Trey? In the weekly, you saw that it was ranging. On the daily, it's ranging in this area too. And you like, oh, shit, this pattern like this. Let me wait and see what it do at the top of this area. And if you just waited, well, I measured from the bottom, but if you waited to the top, that's still a good 365 pips. You put $1 on that shit, that's $300. That's $300. You put $10, that's $3,000. Right? Shit is crazy. You put a cent, that's $3. And a cent to $3, that's more profit than anybody in the streets doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Shit is crazy. So look, so it made this rectangle continuation bullish variant, came up to this price. Let me just come back to here. So we did our top down, we did our market structure, we found a pattern, we like, okay, this shit is playing out nice. Bro, look at this. Yo, this is showing mad love to me right now. This is making me look like I know what I'm doing. Shadow, you want to see my dog? He just literally crying to the wind. Like, what is he crying for? Damn, I ain't gonna show you, bro. Shush. All right. So bullish variant, bulled up. Now, Trey, what's this right here? This yellow line that we drew. Remember?
The trend line.
On a week, right?
Yeah.
It's on a day. So I took this down to the H4, which is the hour 4. I really like the hour 4. So what the hour 4 does is, all right, you see at the bottom here, it say 18 June 20.
Yep.
And it say 17. So that's yesterday at 5 o'clock, right? This is yesterday at 9 o'clock. So every 4 hours, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So the next joint would be at 1. Next joint would be at 5. So what time is it now? 7. It's about to make another candle at 9. So we're going to zoom in. So we knew that it came off that bullish variant gravy. We knew that, well, you don't know this, but I know what pattern right here is happening. Well, let's make another rectangle. So you see it bulled up, weekly trend line touch. Now it came off of this weekly trend line. What it's going to do, bro? Fall back to the weekly trend line. It came up, bulled up, hit this next trend line I had, came down, came up. And what it do, bro? It touched 3 times, but it's not the same line. Remember at the bottom we had like the same hat type shit. Like it came up to the same line and fell and fell and fell. Here, it came up on the left. So, all right, I'm going to just tell you what this is. This is called a head and shoulders. This is called a head and shoulders pattern, right? Head and shoulders patterns look like this. Head and shoulder pattern. This is what LS means. This is left shoulder, right? This is this is the left shoulder. You peep. This is the head, right? It's taller than your shoulder, came back down. Made its right shoulder. Now, if you were to see this pattern and be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Check this out. You cannot be serious, bro. Like, go ahead and take your whiny ass somewhere. Head and shoulders. You would say, oh shit, look, it bounced off the weekly trend line. It gave us even more push to the downside. This is good, right? Weekly trend line, it bounced when it was trying to sell, fell through, came back up, fell through again, came back up. To me, and I'm in profit right now. I sold like at 6 in the morning. I sold at this green candle here because I saw that you are not that ass. Like you need attention right now. That's all that is. So you see, damn, this gets crazy. You see this green line behind this rectangle and behind this white line, this little line right here?
Yeah.
I drew that when price was trying to figure out what it was doing up here. So then I saw it was making a head and shoulders. So yesterday I marked it up and I put an alert here. So my phone got a notification that said, yo, price is crossing here. I peeped and I said, oh, this shit ready to sell. It's ready to at least come down to this rectangle. And that's why. Let me find my actual entry on MetaTrader. Bro, you need to quit. You need to quit it. You need to quit it. Right now I sold on my MetaTrader at 120.79. So it's actually down here. It's actually a ass entry, but it is what it is. And what I would do is I'll put my stop loss when I'm done with this trade, at least up here, right? Just to be safe, to see if the move play out. Because if it comes back up on this weekly trend line, it'll probably break above or break below. And I don't want to be in the case where it break above and I lose bread. And this trading shit, you wanna be as safe with your money as possible. Like you could quickly lose money the same way you quickly gain that shit.
Facts. I know about that.
You know what I'm saying?
I fucked myself up with US 33 days back to back.
Oh yeah.
Gain profit and instantly lost that shit.
Yep. You wake up and be like, what? That's why it's so important too when you're in profit to put your stop loss in profit. That way, if it hits your stop, right, you can still make money or break even. It's better to break even. It's always better to break even and not lose no bread than lose some bread because whatever the case, you know what I'm saying, or be greedy. Especially with indices, because indices, they got a mind of its own. This is a currency pair. So I would encourage y'all to like get hit with currency pairs first and really see how she move and then move on to the indices because that's a whole different world. Bro, this is ridiculous. Like, hey, you stop when I'm talking to you, which is crazy. This is like having a baby. I'm good. Cool. So this is why I sold, y'all, and I see the head and shoulders happening. So I will personally take this trade. My TP right now is on my phone it's pretty close because I was trying to catch like 20 pips, and you know what I mean. So this is all right. So you see my risk to reward. It's kind of bright, but it's 0.5. This is me allowing the move to do what it's going to do, so that way, you know, I can see what's happening. But usually, I don't like to get into a trade, a sell or a buy if the risk is not like 1 or 1.5. You know what I'm saying? So that would look like this, which is really what I'll do for real. Because if price is really going to drop, it's really going to drop. You know what I'm saying? Because on a weekly trend line, that shit is bearish, right, Trey?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if price going to do what it's going to do, it'll at least come down to this area where it's ranging. That's 50 pips, and that is a risk to reward of 1. So that's 40. You risking 40 pips for 50 pips. If you're really gonna sell this shit and hold for like a day or a week, this is like 200 pips. I would sell to here. You know what I'm saying? I would sell to like to 101.80. And that is because right, this head and shoulder pattern. Look at this big ass left shoulder. Price is gonna want to make a big ass right shoulder because that's what price do. Or it'll come here and bounce off the weekly and bounce off the weekly and bounce off the weekly and then really drop. So we're gonna see. Yo, you are ridiculous right now, Bob. Go inside. Cause you going on my nerve. Go inside. Go. Go whine in the house. So any questions? Like I know that was a lot. We just went through one pair, dissected it, but if that was, you know what I'm saying, this is what I would do on myself. Like, you know, this is what I would do trying to get into a trade. That's where all my head would be at type shit. And it's a lot, don't get me wrong. It's a lot. So like what people do, what I gotta get better at is marking up like on Saturday, Sunday when the market is closed. That way it's chilling. You know, you're not worried about what's going on right now. You're not worried about getting trades, all the other shit. You can just focus on the chart. Because the chart is where all the money is made. Fuck everything, fuck a signal, fuck a residual. The money is where the money is on the chart. You just gotta find it. So hopefully that was some gems right there for y'all, man.
Shit, it was.
You know what I mean?
That just look, he thought a lot.
You feel me? And like I'm down to run these like, you know, run these Zooms in the mornings. Well, I'm off today, which is a rarity. I work tomorrow, but I work like Monday to Friday, regular office shit. But on the weekends, you can do what we just did. And that's called back testing. Looking back to 94, looking back to 96 and seeing, okay, 2020, this was happening. I mean, history always repeats itself. That's true for everything. That's true for racism. That's true for shit, damn near everything. What happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Snapbacks came back. Them shits was popping in the 80s. People was wearing high-waisted pants right now. That was in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new under the sun, bro.
Facts. It's just they try to make it a different style.
They bring it back.
Old shit.
Look at remodel it. It's the same old shit, bro. Same old shit. Same thing with price. Even more with price because the stock market is like, you know, the global market. And people, not like any type of people, but a human being do not like change. You know what I'm saying? People don't like to change. People like to be in the same situation, comfortable, you know, don't have to worry about too much. But y'all know, like, the most change happen. I mean, you know, when there's more change, there's more growth. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable for real if you want to get higher in life. Or you can just do the same shit over and over again. Because that's what's going to...
That ain't going to get you nowhere trying to do the same old shit.
But that's what happens, though. We try something.
It'll have you comfortable with the current situation and all that, but you ain't really going to go nowhere.
Because you tired of putting in effort or you tired of losing. When really, if you do not stop, you do not lose.
Right.
How you gonna lose if you don't stop? You know what I'm saying? If a fighter is gonna keep getting up every 12 rounds, that nigga ain't lose. He's getting knocked down. He's up again. So that's trading. That's trading. Like, you know, you'll take like a $10 loss, $15 loss. You gotta take them in the chin and keep rocking. Your next joint could be more than what you lost. And that's why it's all about mindset.
Because if you give up, that trade you just lost on could have made that back plus something.
Yeah, and the market is like, thank you, and keep going. Bro, the market is $7 trillion monster. You think it's worried about your $100, $200? That shit is gobbling that up. Right now, EURUSD, I think, right, is trying to stop hunt. Take all the people with stop losses away. and hit their stops. I don't even got a stop loss right now. That's what I like to do. I like to just see if prices going to touch the area that I'm like, all right, this shit is bullish versus my joint, or you know, I'm gonna stop recording this shit.